Hello, welcome to JIBRIN ANGLE on Oweleke TV. Thank you for joining me on this monologue. There is honestly, I am surprised at what happened in Rivers State yesterday. The election, talking about the local government election. We all know what happened, what has been going on in Rivers State for some time now, and for the past for the past week, the controversy that has been up back and forth between the state and the federal government. By a kind of not directly, but if the IG of police is involved in a case, in an issue, it obviously means that federal government is involved as well. So it's not like it's between the president. I think the president has a hand in that because the IG couldn't have been operating or acting unilaterally on his own or independent of the president. IG is answerable to the president. You just can't, the IG cannot flout court orders, a Supreme Court ruling or orders or judgment um, without the approval of the president. For those of you who may not know, we all know the controversy going on with court judgments in Rivers State over the local government election. The High Court gave not a judgment per se, but I think it's an ex parte motion or order to stop the local government election. And there are so many dynamics around this whole thing. The PDP and the APC seem to be working together and working together against Fubara. Fubara is supposed to be PDP governor. He is actually on paper. Actually, he's a PDP governor, but in reality, the PDP apparatus in the state, the PDP, yes, the apparatus in the state and the APC are in the camp of Wike. They are actually under the control of Wike. They are practically working against the governor. So the governor, while he's a PDP governor, but PDP governor by default, technically he is not, because I think all the local government chairmen that are in his camp are actually a candidate. The local government candidates vying for local government chairmanship, they are all, I think um, they are all in his camp, and I think they contested under the umbrella of APP. This whole thing, there are so many dynamics there, sort of. So prior to the election, there were some court, not judgment, not ruling, but court injunctions or ex parte motions to stop the election. Obviously, because the Wike camp, which is the PDP and APC, knows that election will not favor them because they are not popular. The truth is that Wike is no longer popular in Rivers State. The people are on the side of Fubara, and that is just the reality. So, and for those of you who have been following the River State, not just River State, those of you who have been following court cases, election court cases, over within this period of time, I think the past year or so. I think a few months ago, we all know that what the Supreme Court judgment um, was about concerning the local government election. So we all know that Supreme Court actually passed a judgment, that is Supreme Court judgment, that local government states must organize local government elections within 90 days of that judgment. Any state that fails to conduct a local government election or organize or not conduct and elect, make sure everything is complete. Local government chairmen are elected into position within 90 days. if you fail as a state to do that, you are or you automatically forfeit the monthly revenue that the federal government sends pays into the state government local government account. It's sort of by such judgment, every state is every state in Nigeria, that is 36 states of Nigeria, uh, legally, it is legally binding on them to conduct elections. So, and that is what Fubara decided to do: to obey the law, go by the law, act by the law, and eventually the same Tinubu people, because it was the same Tinubu camp, Tinubu's government were the ones who took this matter to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court gave judgment, and the state governors has decided to obey. They don't even have an option to obey the law because they don't want to lose that money for the local government. And now the same Tinubu's camp again went to high court to get an injunction to stop the local government election. I don't understand. This Tinubu's government is so full of lawlessness. You want to eat your cake and have it. You cannot eat your cake and have it. For God's sake, you cannot obey the law when it suits you. And you just can't go shopping for the law where it does not where it does not exist. So this is crazy for state high court judges to actually flagrantly flout the judgment of the Supreme Court. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. It's just like an IG gives an order and the commissioner of police flouts that order. That commissioner of police is done for. His job is done. He's done with that job. That's just the reality. That's exactly what is happening. The rascality that is going on where in the judiciary. That's the problem. That's why, because the judiciary does not have respect. Politicians have used money to infiltrate, adulterate, and corrupt the judiciary. So they don't even have respect anymore. They don't respect each other. No more seniority, for God's sake. I remember those days that Supreme Court justices were revered and respected and almost worshipped. But today, no more respect. Can you imagine High Court judges just flouting Supreme Court judge? Under normal circumstances, under a sane environment, such judge, the NJC could have not only called such judge to order, but such judges, because there were, I think, about three judges, they could have been sanctioned. But no one is doing anything because the president is involved, a criminal who called himself our president, who stole the people's mandate and forced himself on us. And now he is the gang leader. Just doing anything, just ruling Nigeria aground. But that is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. But that's not the point of my monologue. The point of this monologue is something exciting. Now, remember, for those of you who followed this whole thing, remember there was a drama between the governor and the IG, and where the IG actually withdrew all his men from the local government election. That if they go ahead with the election, the policemen will not be, and that was exactly what happened. So, election with the governor. And the governor dared the IG and actually put the IG in his place, because I watched a video where he was addressing the IG and called the IG's bluff, and I was so proud of that. I used to think that Fubara is a weak governor, but his action today, yesterday rather, actually proved me wrong, and I appreciate that he was courageous enough to stand up to the IG and put the IG in his place. And that is just the reality. And above all, the election held without the police. That is the excitement. That is the purpose of this this monologue. Election took place in a state without the police security. And this election was free and fair and credible. Wow. Wow. Yes, there were. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably I've not gotten the full report, but what I based on my report, the report I've garnered so far, there were a kind of wiki group that masked up somewhere and wanted to actually pose as a threat, but they were the supporters, because Fubara has overwhelming support of the people of Rivers State. That is what matters. And because of that, the people actually came out in support of in protection of the election. In fact, in some cases, if not all, the election materials I was actually escorted by the people, no police. Yet election was conducted, everything was conducted in a free, fair, and credible manner. And result counted and winners announced. And the APP won 23 states. Is it 23 out of 22 out of 23 local governments areas? So that is, I suppose those are Fubara's loyalists, a sort of. So that is great. So my point is, if we can hold, you mean, I don't know, if we can hold election without the police, does it mean that the police is? Oh yeah, okay. This question should have I should have answer to that, presumably. That police is part of the Nigerian. That of course they are. Of course they are. They are part of that significant part of the Nigerian problem. That is the reality. Just imagine the people were able to conduct election free and fair without security agents or agency being involved. This is wonderful. It is unprecedented. And I'm so proud of the governor, Governor Fubara, and I am happy for him that his loyalists won the election, the local government election. And I hope he will increase, his courage will increase. I hope his confidence will increase. I hope he will intensify in such courage to actually grow, expand his strength, his followership and support base. Because the people of Rivers State, obviously, he has the overwhelming support of the people of Rivers State. Wike, no matter what, with money, with federal power, whatever, he can only try, but he will keep failing. Because one thing about the society is, the moment the public views you as a victim, and the public will always side with you as a victim, and always side against the villain. So, and since Wike started this crazy rascality, he has actually projected himself as the villain in this fight, and Fubara as a victim, and that is why overwhelming majority of the Riverians are in support of Fubara, because they see him as the underdog. Of course, usually underdogs are usually most cases garners the support of the popular support than the other side. So Fubara is the underdog right now, and he is fighting not just against Wike, but against the federal government of Tinubu. Because Tinubu and Wike, they are both doing this. They are both on the same camp. They are in different parties, but they have the same goal, at least. Not distant, not the same distant goal, but the same immediate goal. Anything after 2027, obviously Tinubu will allow Wike will be on his own, because when Tinubu achieves his 2027 ambition or aspiration or vision or dream, from there onward, Wike will be on his own. So for now, between now and that time, obviously they are working together. And over in River State, I believe they will continue to fail. And I believe even Tinubu himself will fail between now and that time. I do not see Tinubu continuing to remain our president. I do not see him doing. If Tinubu must not remain there up to 2027, otherwise this country will be done for. We cannot afford to lose further. We have lost so much under Tinubu. We are losing even much more by the day. That man is not there for the good of the country, just there to wreck this country in his own favor, just to favor himself and his cronies. They are there just to share our commonwealth. That's just what they are there. They are not there to repair anything, to put anything right. That is just anyway. That is the purpose of this monologue. This monologue. I'm just excited that we can actually conduct an election, hold an election in Nigeria without the police. This is great. The public protected their votes, and I believe relatively, I don't think there was, if there were violence, significant violence, we could have watched or seen that or read about that, sort of. So anyway, congratulations to Fubara. You have done good for yourself and for the state, for your people. And I hope you do more. You stand firm and don't chicken out to Tinubu. I understand the federal might. You may be skeptical about the federal might, but hold your ground. You have the support of the people. You just see what, you realize, you experience what happened today without the police, that election was held peacefully, relatively peacefully, and everything was done in a there was no controversies. Everything was done in a free, fair, and credible manner. So with or without the federal might, you can still, all you need to do is to always work for the support of the people. Do the right thing. Be the best governor for the people. Even though someone like me, I don't like the way you came in through the same wiki. I thought, and I still think wiki rigged you into the whole, you manipulated the votes for you. But at the same time, as long as you are doing, I believe in people who repentance. I believe in people who change for better. As long as you are right now on the side of the people, just continue to remain on the side of people. Build your followership, build your support on the people, not on government, not on the establishment, not on the powers that be. Build your support base on the people. The same people who protected you, who are defending and protecting you today, they will protect you when you need them again. And that is my take on this. Remain blessed and join me again on my next monologue. Thank you.